I am the Gentleman Shooter, and today I'm giving you a look at the Glock 81 field knife. This Austrian-made knife comes with a very good sheath that is weather resistant. There's a lot of good things about this knife, but also some stuff that bothers me and makes me prefer to carry my K-bar. So let's take a look at the sheath first. As you can see, we've got this nice material that it's made out of, very solid. Got a hole in the bottom to help any water or moisture run through and keep the blade dry. There is a hole on the end you can feed some paracord through to help tie it to your leg or to your pack. One thing I really like about this knife is the belt clip and how secure it is. You can see there's kind of a fish hook system where you have to slide it to the side out of the way, which also allows this to double as more of a clip than a belt loop. So you can carry it how you prefer. You just feed your belt through it and secure the loop in place there. And another great feature of the knife is the locking mechanism for keeping the knife secure in its sheath. You can. There's a little rattle. I don't know if you can pick that up. So it's kind of noisy, but that knife is not coming out. So to bring the knife out, you just place your thumb on the lock there, finger on the hilt, and as easy as that, knock it out of place. You can hear it click when it's back in the sheath all the way, and you know that it is secure. That is one of my favorite features of the knife, is I can trust that this is not going anywhere. It is not falling out of the sheath. It will not come off my belt or pack. And that alone, it makes it a worthy purchase and something that you would want to bring out into the field. The first thing I notice when I pull this out is it does have a bit of a narrow blade. Like the breadth of the blade is... I just like the K-bar. I really like how big that K-bar is. I feel like the K-bar is maybe a little more capable. And this almost looks more like a bayonet to me. To me, it feels like something that's going to be affixed to a rifle, but it's not made to do that. This is the sawback version, so I do have a setup for notching logs if I need to. You're not going to use it to saw through anything too thick, but it does come in handy for notching. I wouldn't want to baton the back of this thing too much because I don't want to dull the sawback. But maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe the sawback would hold up, even with using this for batoning. Obviously, if you can use a hatchet, do that instead of using your field knife for splitting wood. But again, to me, I'd rather have backup for splitting wood than a sawback. You can notch with a regular edge. You don't need the saw to do that. The other thing that I don't care for about the knife is the handle. Even though it has these grooves, it just slips in my hand. And especially if my hands get sweaty, there isn't a lot here for grip. So I went ahead and added some O-rings to the bottom just to give it a bit of a stop for my pinky. So I feel like I have a better grip on it with this stuff added. I made a similar modification to my K-bar where the O-rings actually fit in the notches of the handle. Another weird feature of this knife, it is almost full tang. The blade does not come to the bottom of the handle. I haven't done enough research to understand why they chose to build it this way, but on the bottom of the handle there's this round circular cap, and it does not come out easy. So what I also notice is, not only is there this cap, but there are these holes at the bottom of the handle that to me you would feed paracord through. So the only way to remove this thing is to wedge another knife into it and slowly wedge it out. Which, if this is your only knife, you're not going to be able to remove this thing because it is in there real snug. There. Whew. Alright, so after removing the bottom cap, you can see that there is about 1.5 inches of depth into the handle. So, I mean, is this set up to be made into a spear? Is it set up so that you can choose if you want to feed paracord through it to allow, the paracord to wrap around your wrist? I don't quite understand the function of the hole. I don't know why they didn't bring the blade all the way through to the bottom. If you know the answer, you're probably sitting there saying, what an idiot, this is obvious. But do me a favor and just comment nicely, please. Please politely correct me on why the knife was built this way. But it just seems to me like if this is how you're going to carry it, you need to make that decision before you go out and remove this thing, this cap. So that was a little bit confusing for me. So that is a look at the Glock 81 field knife with the saw back. If you liked what you saw here, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. Give it a thumbs up. And again, if you know the purpose behind this feature or what you might be able to do with it, leave a comment down below.